Alright, so I decided to do a second cut, and I hope that you don't lose daylight, because it's almost like basically an hour from now for sunset. So this is a bit messy, so I'm going to put this in order. Yeah, I tore apart my room looking for one stupid book that was in, I guess you could say, the dumbest place ever. It was one of those things where only I get double checked. There's a one, you'll see when I mention it, but yeah. Here we go. Is it gonna stay? Hopefully. Okay, so this video is called, what do you call it? What was the name I was gonna call it? Why did I just do this myself, or something along those lines. I'll remember the actual title after, but basically the reason why I called it that, so those who don't know, this is me going over comics I got in my library, the comics I'll be reading for the next few weeks. If you're not interested in that, and movies too, if you're not interested in that, then you have my permission to leave, even though you'll leave anyways. But so the reason why I call it this is because so for the last few weeks, I've been checking out, instead of 25, well, actually it's not 25, it's total, because there's a way I read comics. It's different than, I guess you would say, how people usually read comics, but including the comics, I usually check out about 30. Maybe, it's like 31 total. Usually a bit more than that. I'll sprinkle in some movies in there, of course, but usually it's above, like, 30 plus. Now, I don't read 30 each day. What I do is that, like, 4 of them, maybe 6 sometimes, but 4 to 6 of them are OGNs, otherwise known as original graphic novels. And what I'll do is I'll read, actually, it was 6 the last 2 times. And what I'll do is I'll read those, at least 2 of those per day, and I'll be in one sitting. And if I checked out, let's say I checked out 33, and once the OGNs were read, it was 27 comics. I would take 2 of those and read those along with the OGNs, so it came to 25. So on that Monday, so I had to read like a lot sometimes, but on that Monday, it would be 25 comics. That was the way it was the longest time because, and this still is the case, I've had a lot of time on my hands after graduating college and looking for a job. That takes a while when you have disabilities like I do. Multiple disabilities like I do. So it takes a while, and I knew I have some time on my hands, so I just went hard into reading comics. And at my local library had, and they provided, like, very well. And even if I had read everything they had in their catalogs, it's not just my local library, it's like interloans too, like the books I get from other libraries. Even if I read all those, there'd be books I wanted to read again. So the past few weeks, I've kind of had a wake-up call that any day now, the millions of places I apply to, I'll go in for an interview and they'll say you're hired. And it actually did happen not too long ago. Actually, it was the week that I had decided to go, instead of 25 comics read per day, to go to 15. And when I went to 15, that same week I get hired. Now, what happened is that they went under a hiring freeze at the last minute, so I was not employed there. Still up in the air. Like, if anything changes, they'll call me back. But even then, I don't even know if they'll remember me. Insert the Coco song. But this time around, when I got to my local library, I saw that there was a few comics I'd wanted, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to read that one again, I want to read that one again, and I hadn't realized, oh, I'm going over the limit, and then I saw yet another one, and it was kind of like, it wasn't too much, and honestly, I think I'm kind of overblowing it myself, but instead of being at 15, it's 20. But further ado, let's get into it. First up, the movies. Now, you'll see why I decided to check out both these movies, both the original and the quote-unquote remake of Judge Dredd. Yes, I will be finally, if you want to say it that way, watching the original Judge Dredd movie. I'm not expecting anything good out of this. What I am expecting, however, is for it to be at least so bad it's good, like entertainingly bad. I do feel like I'll get that. Let's see what the, I can't see from here, but Let's see how scratched this is. Not too bad. It's a little fingerprinty though. Now this is gonna be the penultimate way of me, or ultimate way of me checking out to see if the $26 USB DVD that DVD player I just bought, because the old one was finicky as hell, is actually like worth the money I paid for it, or if I should just get yet another one. And I got the good Judge Dredd movie. And I'll probably be watching the original first, just so I can have like an unbiased take on it, But even then, I know I'm getting. Even then, I know what I'm going in for. I know what I'm getting into. Yeah, I did want to check this one out. They both are rated for whatever reason. I thought the original Judge Dredd movie was PG-13, and that was one of the many complaints people had about the movie. But that's not the case. Okay, so now on. Oh, yeah, and then another movie is Harold and Maude. The main reason why I checked out this movie, it's one I've been told to check out. So, my favorite novel, not graphic novel, but favorite novel of all time is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Also, one of my favorite movies of all time. And in the novel, that's one of the movies that he watches after graduation. Like, it's one of those like essential movies he watched after graduation. I used to always want to check it out, but never got down to it. Honestly, I completely forgot about the movie until recently when I was looking up. I want to see. My favorite Cat Stevens song is "The Wind," and I want to see if there's any movies other than "Are You There, God Made to Be Margaret," and other than what was the other one I was played in? The Holdovers is another example. I want to see if there's any more in there, and there was a couple, but none of them really interest me. But I saw that there was other Cat Stevens, and the main one that kept popping up was Harold and Maude. I'm a big fan of Cat Stevens. I like that kind of music. But this is like, my dad likes Cat Stevens. The whole family loves Cat Stevens, so it's gonna be definitely a good, nice little surprise. Hopefully, then watch my YouTube channel, because then I just spoiled it. Then go down here. So how do I do this? You know what? Yeah, who's one next? So this one I started reading, thought I would have finished it, but it's a pretty damn thick book, and I was not able to finish. I'm almost done though. And that is Stargirl by Geoff Johns. Now, about a month ago or two, I think it was 2 months ago, yes, it was, I had seen that there was a DC comic sale going on. I remember exactly, it was Hump Day. Not Hump Day, but Leap the Year Day. I had seen they were having a sale on DC Comics, and there was a lot. And there was some of them I wanted to get for a long-ass time, and I decided to buy them. And then I went a bit too overboard because I had a gift card, and I went a bit too overboard. Nothing I couldn't afford, but still a bit too overboard than I wanted to. And one of the books I got that I went too overboard with was the sequel to this comic. And I decided, you know what? I don't care if you ever get Geoff Johns' The Image work. You're reading this right now. For those of you who don't know, when I get something like a good example is when I got Bitter Root. I was very interested in everything David F. Walker had written. So I started checking out like my library had. That's what I'll do for the books that I buy. And I decided to hell with it. I'm not waiting until it happens with Geoff Johns' Image work. We're reading this right now because you decided that you needed Stargirl Volume 2 right this minute. But yeah, so far so good. We'll get a full review once that'll probably be Sunday's video. I may or may not. Actually, I should. I may or may not go and return some of these beforehand, so you'll actually get the. Because what I used to do is because I had checked out so much, I would return some books earlier than others, and then I reviewed those books here, and then return them, and then you get the point. Okay, so I decided to go all out with these DC Prestige Plus comics. Now, this one I already read before, Suicide Squad Blaze. So I'm just going to speed run through all of these, and I'll talk about a bit more. No, I won't. Alright, so Suicide Squad Blaze is written by Simon Spurrier. Simon Spurrier is a writer where I've read nothing of his I've liked, except his Hellblazer run. And I almost want to say that was just like, he actually, like, I don't even know. Because that was the only book I read by him. This is the same creative team as the Hellblazer run. I didn't like this one. Yeah, Simon Spurrier is like the ultimate, like, probably, honestly a lot of people don't like Tom King, so I can't say like, I'm all that. unique, like liking a writer that not liking a writer everyone loves, kind of thing. Suicide Squad Blaze, giving that a second chance. Oh, and I also so the rereads. My criteria for those are giving them a second chance, like with Suicide Squad Blaze, or because I love them so much, like with Wonder Woman Story of the Amazons, and I want to read it again. Now, on average, I would say I reread books I really liked every 6 months or so. It's on average. Sometimes like this, it's like only a couple months. Sometimes it's 1 month, like with Wonder Girl. But usually it's up to 6 months. Sometimes longer, as you'll you'll soon see here. Now, the only two I haven't read are actually in my personal collection. So this is personal collection. First one up is Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This was a book I was ripping my room apart trying to find, and what had happened was I had picked up something, and I hadn't realized I was also picking up Wonder Woman along with it. I thought it was just one thing, it was two things. And I felt so stupid after. I knew where it was, I knew exactly where it was, and I was looking there, I was like, okay, maybe it's not there, maybe I moved it. Looking there, like all around my room. Thank the Lord above us, my room is small. That was the only time I'll ever be happy that was the case. But yes, Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Written by Daniel Warren Johnson. The main reason why it's taking me so long to read this, because again, the Image Comics rule. Let's just call it that from now on. For those of you who don't know what that means, I got a book by, recently I got a book by, Matt Kindt. So now I'm interested in everything Matt Kindt. So, and it's usually, I'm getting nothing by Image Comics recently as far as physical books go that I purchase. So, and yes, I'm including that Oni Press book that was originally Image Comics. It's originally Image Comics. I still count it as an Image book. Yeah, Wonder Woman Dead Earth. That one there. And this next one, I have no excuse whatsoever not checking out, because I did get the last of what I needed for Brian Azzarello Image Comics, so I should have checked this book out a long time ago, but I never did. I have no idea why I never checked out Batman Damned. The first, honestly, I think the first DC Black Label book. No excuses to not have checked this out. Whatsoever, no excuses. This one I have read before. I thought it was good enough. It wasn't like, I didn't think it was terrible. Hey, it's also got John Romita Jr. artwork, and it's written by Frank Miller. Superman Year One. So a funny story behind this book. I got this book so long ago. And I got, side note, by the way, Logan, if you're watching this video, you know who you are, Logan. Logan's Media Hub. Remember this book when I bought this myself and you were going to get it for me for Christmas and I had to cancel the order? Yeah, that's what happened. I didn't. Because what happened is I was talking to him about books that I wanted and I had showed him it. And he was like, oh, but he said, I'll get that for you. But he said it in his head, not aloud. And then, oops, poopsie. Honestly, that is the perfect way to do things because it's a surprise, but whoopsie. But then, so Superman Year One I bought right after I bought Batman Damned. And I was so hyped about this book. Now, this is so long ago that I didn't know that there were places that you could check for comic reviews. And then once I did, maybe I did and just never did. Never decided to look it up, but it was a long time ago. It was when this book first came out. The hardcover. That's how long ago it was. And when I found out this book got a 3.3 out of 5 on Goodreads and everyone was hating on it, I was like, I just wasted $30 and I am so pissed off right now. And I was like, you know what? We're not waiting until the next purchase, the next book I purchase. As my penultimate rule, at the very least, wait till my next purchase. No, we're not waiting until that. We're not doing that stupid rules. We're reading this right damn now. And I thought it was good enough. After I read it, I wasn't pissed off anymore, and I did not feel like I wasted $30. Yeah, it probably would have felt a lot better if I got it at a discount, but whoopsie. No, whoopsie, no. But whatever. And now on to the only OGN, Sin City Volume 5, Family Values. The only OGN in the Sin City Comics, the not universe, but the only OGN from Sin City. I don't know why. Like, every other volume is like 1 through 7 of this series, 1 through 8, 1 through 5. It's the only one that's just all in one, an OGN. That's kind of weird. Technically, the first one is, but even the first one is previously collected material from Dark Horse Presents, but I treated it as an OGN. Alright, we're losing daylight. Alright, so first 12 are rereads. Sandman is a great example of in between. Every 6 months kind of thing. I liked it enough, but also technically give it a second chance. Now, I like Sandman. I think it's spectacular. But I think the main flaw for me is that I don't like every arc in Sandman. And sometimes some arcs are longer than others. So you really feel the length of some arcs more than others. This, if I remember correctly, is my favorite arc of the entire series. Even when I first read it, it was my favorite arc of Sandman. Hellboy Volume 4? Yep, Volume 4. This is an every 6 month book. Actually, no, sorry, this is the third criteria in that this book reminded me of a book I bought recently, and I wanted to read again. My interest was piqued yet again. Spider-Gwen, every 6 months. I really dig this run. I have got to, honestly, I probably should do the omnibus, because they don't have everything I need, because they don't have this Spider-Woman crossover, which I've never read, so I am a little bit behind, but it's nothing to where I was at all confused. They also did catch you up, which is nice. But still, I want to experience it myself. Now, this is one that I was alluding to earlier that has been longer than 6 months. The reason why that is because this is 193 issues. It's a lot of book. Even if I did the compendiums, it's a lot of book. This is the 4th and final compendium of The Walking Dead. An absolutely fantastic comic book. Definitely top 5. Along with Sensei. Sensei is top 5. Trillium, giving you a second chance. I still think at the very least, I still think Jeff Lemire should still keep, Jesus Christ. I think I'll always feel as though Jeff Lemire is better writing family dramas than he is at sci-fi drama, but each time I read it, I like it a little bit more. And let's hope this time I actually enjoy it and see what everyone else saw, because apparently people like this book. I don't remember where I heard it, but apparently it's well regarded. The Ether by Matt Kindt. This was a double threat. This was Matt Kindt and David Rubin, who, along with Jeff Lemire, brought us Cosmic Detective. And no, that was not planned. Even the first cut of having Trillium by Jeff Lemire and The Ether by Matt Kindt back to back, because they both worked on Cosmic Detective along with David Rubin. Planet of the Apes by David F. Walker. If David F. Walker wrote one of my favorite Image books, and I did not like his Planet of the Apes comic, that goes to show that I should be giving this book a second chance. This one I might hold off on until I watch the movie, by the way, the new one. So you might not get a review for it next time, in the next comic review video. Maybe not, I don't know. Batman Fortress. Another one I want to give a second chance to. Now, this one is very controversial. It's not like it's a well-regarded book to begin with, but I thought at the very least it would be interesting. I think I just thought it was going to be more fast-paced than it was. And I think giving it a second chance, knowing what it's going to be, I'll like a lot more. Because I'm not picky at all when it comes to comics. If you give me something that's at least interesting throughout, I won't be like, oh, but they said this about this group of people, and that about that group of people. There are some exceptions, of course, but for the most part, I'm like, you know what, it kept my interest, and that's all I really ask for. I'm not a picky guy. Ronin by Frank Miller. Every 6 months, but it should have been every 6 months. I haven't read this in a long time, and I don't know why I haven't. I loved this book. At the very least, I remember liking this book. Y the Last Man, book 5 of 5. This is one that I've been putting off for a long time, and it's going to show that I should have picked this book up a while ago. Again. Because I love this book. This is top definitely top 5 material. Like, I read this book twice before, and it is still as good as it was the second time. I want to say actually 4 times, including this time. So the first 3 times are just as good as this fourth one. Not final time. Far from final time. Let's get stack these because the way I have books, because they're all different sizes, we're going to have an avalanche. And I don't like avalanches. Ultimate Galactus Trilogy is the final reread. Not the final book I'll be showing off, of course. It's the final reread. And yet another one that I just did not like the first time I read it, and I want to give it a second chance. Now, was this the book that had really good lighting on one? You know what? We'll look after. Super stutter there. We'll look after. I'll make a little short of it if I feel I need to. Speaking of shorts, I just realized that I don't have anything planned for May the 4th. Originally, I was going to get every Star Wars book my library had, but I read those 2 recently, so we're not going to do that. What I'll probably do is do a review of the Star Wars, as I plan on doing now, when I think about it. I'll do a review of the Xbox Revenge of the Sith video game. It's extremely underrated. Maybe I'll either do a walkthrough of the first mission, or, which is be a lot simpler, doing a short on it, doing a short review. That's what I'm going to do. Essential Judge Dredd, written by Garth Ennis. And yes, I did check out those 2 Judge Dredd movies because I was getting this by Garth Ennis. That was the whole reason behind it. Right there. Right there. Just right there. I don't know why I'm being so annoying about it. Human Remains by Peter Milligan. I didn't even know this was out. And I didn't know this was a book. All I saw was Peter Milligan, and I was like, okay, you got me at that. Sold. And it's also a live book I get for free. Let's go. And also Vault Comics, the publisher I've been checking out more and more of their books from. Awesome. Exo Manowar by Dennis Hopeless. If Vault Comics is a publisher I want to see more of and read more of, Valiant is the exact opposite. I have not read a single Valiant comic that I really like, that I can say this is really damn good. I can do that for every other publisher. Dark Horse, there is Lady Killer. Image, there is Walking Dead. And not just those. I'm just going to give one example. Vault, I can't say actually, but it's a whole lot. But this is... Hopefully this will break the mold. Gwenpool Strikes Back. So the Gwenpool Volume 4 that collects the last 4 issues I was unaware of, did not come in today. I will probably read those digitally, so because I read those in time to read this. But time will tell if I actually get to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, Gwenpool Strikes Back. The Leah Williams run that everyone hates, apparently. Because the Christopher Hastings run has been excellent so far. Like, no complaints. Like, almost perfect. Like, almost flawless. The Mighty Captain Marvel. Let's hope this one isn't as much of a snooze fest as Volume 1 was. Batman Volume 8, Cold Days. Let's hope they have the rest of Tom King's run, so I can finally finish this run and the Batman Catwoman sequel series, whatever you want to call it, so I can finally say how I actually feel about this Tom King run, without having to add, but I haven't finished it yet. So, there's 2 catalogs my library has for interloaning books. The first one, and the main one I've been using for years now, sucks. I once had to look up, twice now, I have had to look up a book by ISBN. Because no matter if I did it by author, letterer, if I put in every bit of detail I could, they would still say, nope, we don't have it. And put in the ISBN and be like, you do have it, you son of a bitch. See? Look at it. And then the new system was like, oh yeah, the book, yep. The author, oh yeah, we have these books. And it's just so nice. The new system is so nice. I've never had to look up a book by ISBN. I did once just in case I thought they'd have all of Tom King's run. They didn't. They officially don't on the second system, their newer system. The only issues I've had with the newer system is sometimes I'll say they have a book, but the library doesn't, and it's only because that lending library lost the book. That's the only reason for why. Yeah, Batman Volume 8, Cold Days. Fear Itself, I want to check this one out. Hopefully, I don't have to have read any of Matt Fraction's Thor run to get what's going on here, because guess what? I have not read a single issue of Matt Fraction's Thor run. I'm gonna say Ghost Rider. No idea why I had Ghost Rider on the mind. Now this is the one that I saw that I was like, well, getting this one. Once I saw it, because I've always wanted, at least I've always been interested in checking out Nightwing by Tim Seeley. Tim Seeley is a writer I absolutely hate. I've not read anything by him I've actually liked, but I always give his work a fair shot, if my library has it. And they just got this is local library too. They just got this book last month, the 24th of April. Sorry, no. Is that actually date? Is that actually it might actually say that. Oh no, I'm doing. Sorry. It was. Wait, no. It says 1921. What? It can't be 14. There it is. They got these books on the 19th of April. I was almost on vacation when they just got this book. That's insane to me. I know it was new because I don't remember ever seeing this book, but it was just kind of funny to me that usually I feel like the only new books they got were the ones that I put in, that I requested. But someone else is a huge DC fan, so awesome. Hopefully they'll put in something like I don't know actually, I can put it in. But yeah, Nightwing Volumes 1 and 2 by Tim Seeley. Rebirth, if you want to know exactly what. I'm pretty sure you guys know. But. And then, last and sort of the least is Lumberjanes. I have not been the biggest fan of the last few volumes. The first 2 volumes are like almost perfect. They were the biggest surprises of those comic hauls. Well, the first one was at least. Oh, I didn't get Giant Days Volume 2, an idiot! Damn it! I just realized that. How can I have been so stupid? Yeah, Lumberjanes Volumes. I got this, but I didn't get Giant Days. Awesome, I'm so fucking smart. God damn it. Because I have a list too, but I just didn't check. I saw Nightwing and I was just so happy when I saw Nightwing. And then I couldn't find Batman Fortress where it was. I'm so concerned about Batman Fortress. I'm so stupid. Oh well. Let's do it next time. And I'm probably going to go on Saturday because I have one book that I'm expecting to come in tomorrow. But I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow to get it. I wanted to, So probably Saturday if anything. But whatevs. That, as I say, is that. Hey, at least it wasn't like a... I don't know what it would have been. That does piss me off. Damn it.